Did he swear on camera?
I think he swore on camera, yeah. So it's a bit like, yeah, man's just out here like, and then Dave Jones was like, "Oh, I'm sorry for the swear." So I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Doing that the Dutch language.
Yeah, it was quite. Man's just there. Oh no, we're live. I put us live earlier than I should have done. Damn it. But yeah, Man United have just beaten Liverpool in the Premier League for the first time since 2018, which is ridiculous. So we need to do a post-match reaction video to this because I'm absolutely buzzing. The emotions running from that game I did. I have no idea where they came from, but how did we see such a great performance? I think we have to start from the front to back from Man United because we just look like a completely different team, and hopefully this is close to what Eric Ten Hag wants us to play like this season as well. So, what are your first thoughts on Man United tonight, Adam?
Oh, they shut the haters up. That's what that's the number one thing I'm glad about.
Yeah, we shut the haters up. We shut the scousers up as well. Oh my days,
All
man!
all of those pundits and all of those
Chris
media.
Sutton predicted Man United losing 5-1. To be fair, we didn't give much credit to Man United either because after what we saw the first two games, how were we going to back Man United from what happened? But
everyone on TalkSport can stop talking now.
people saying, "Oh, Man United are going to get relegated. Oh, we're going to get close to relegated form." Nah, mate, Man United are finally turning up. Even if we turned up against Liverpool in this big game, I would say it's one of our biggest games that we played in ages, and we've turned up with such a great performance to a man. Let's just discuss it now. We may not have been the best possession-wise, but we really did outplay Liverpool today. We outran them. We did so much in terms of going box to box with the team that we had as well. And it goes to show that when you have the right kind of players as well, it was so great to see how well you can do in terms of creating chances, defending space. I was in awe of what we just saw there as well.
Yeah.
But before we go on to Man United, I just want to say, imagine thinking Virgil van Dijk is one of the best centre backs of all time. He did not make a single successful tackle today against Liverpool. He made two attempts. He made two attempts against tackles.
Laughable.
He was dribbled past by Martial and he conceded a foul as well against Martial. Martial has he literally has Virgil van Dijk on the strings, basically. It's absolutely crazy. And you can see why James Milner was literally in his ear the whole time. It's absolutely ridiculous as well. Shout out Anthony Martial for turning up, even with a great assist as well. Martial in this Eric Ten Hag system will be something to talk about as well. But yeah, first things first, Adam, let's talk about what you really enjoyed from this game so far from a Man United perspective.
I think the surety at the start. What did I say about Maguire and Shaw?
What did we say about Maguire and Shaw last week?
What did we say?
Oh, man. If Ariel's listening to this as well, Ariel backed us with that as well. Shout out Ariel from Strictly Football.
Take those.
We've gone on about how, Maguire, man, like, I'm so glad he didn't play. We can't play that football with Maguire in the team. We can't play that aggressive football with Shaw in the team as well. Do you see how Malacia helped with that first goal as well? That quick passing.
Were everything that were wrong with Man United for so long.
Incredible.
For so long.
And we spent how much on them? What, 120 million on them together? Crazy to see.
80 million for Maguire. When Lisandro Martinez at 5'9" is probably worth twice of what Maguire's worth.
Exactly. Now let's go back to the start of the first half as well. I want to talk about it with a bit of also not consideration, bit of no, don't even care. Back to the first half, Adam. When you're watching the first half and you're watching this first 5 minutes, Martinez smashing into people. There's Martinez versus Salah as well. I thought Martinez had a blinding game, and this is exactly why you back Eric Ten Hag for signing Lisandro Martinez. He may not be the tallest of centre backs. He may not have been one of the best centre backs to have gone for, but he was a centre back that knew how to play Eric Ten Hag's style of football, and he just kept the game going, man. Absolutely.
It's like I said the other day. This guy's composed.
Composure, lads. Composure.
Everything about him is just composed.
So good. Go on, you can say you were going to say.
What was that?
No, it's just someone saying composure very, very loud. It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, everything about him just composed.
The way he was playing the ball, the way he was going through it.
Lindelof plays in there, or I don't know. But him and Varane together, that's the way forward.
That's how we see it. Because when you're looking at Lisandro Martinez and you're looking at how well he was playing literally just dominating Mohamed Salah, dominating Firmino, dominating Diaz as well. And then this is why we play with such a high line for Man United under Eric Ten Hag. Maguire gets exposed from this high line. Martinez and Varane don't need to get exposed. And they were phenomenal tonight. What a partnership we have there
Shaw
at the
gets
back.
exposed on the left side. He leaves so much space.
And remember, Jamie Carragher saying, "Oh yeah, Lisandro Martinez will not succeed." Remember Arsenal fans saying, "Oh yeah, I'm glad we signed Zinchenko as well." Lisandro Martinez has turned up in the Premier League today. Man of the match. Not just
Carragher, Gary Neville as well.
Yeah, a lot of them were doing the same thing. And you're kind of worried about how, even with that, remember when Bruno Fernandes nearly scored that own goal? Who was there to stop? Lisandro Martinez. Martinez was there, man. What a guy. He's literally just playing like he was just literally like his career depended on it. Oh, I've lost the words today. Absolute beast. This is why you call him the butcher.
You know what gets me happy?
What gets you happy?
We got Casemiro to come into that midfield.
Yeah, we got Casemiro joining us. This is going to be great. Absolutely great as well. But yeah, going through Lisandro Martinez's man of the match performance, 100% successful dribbles, 82% pass accuracy, 41 touches, 7 clearances, 3 ball recoveries, and 1 block in that game as well. So absolutely phenomenal. Well played.
Composure's the word.
Composure. I think personally as well, this was Rafael Varane's best game in a Manchester United shirt as well. Definitely his best game.
He had a partner next to him who probably communicated a lot better than what he's used to. Who, again, exudes composure. Whereas the other partners he's played with didn't have that presence at all. I mean, he's a little guy, but he's probably got more composure than the 3 other centre-backs we have together.
Yeah, exactly. Don't see how it's not happening as well. You're kind of looking through how this team has lacked composure at the back for so long, and you're kind of wondering why you need a bit more in terms of composure from the back. And everyone's saying, "Oh yeah, David De Gea can't play the style of football." He didn't actually need to when you've got Varane and Martinez at the back as well, which is really good. Yeah, that's fine. There you go. Mario wants water. That's fine. But no, literally, I'm going through it all, and I'm kind of going through how well we actually played. When you're looking at Tyrone Malacia at right back, you're looking at Diogo Dalot, who I definitely was singling out in that first game against Brighton. I was saying, yeah, he's a bit crap for Man United, but he had Luis Diaz in his pocket. Perfectly fine. Fine how we dealt with him. You may have got a yellow card, but that's what we needed. We needed that aggressive tenacity in the game as well. We needed that passion from the players, and we needed that discipline that we had in the first half. And I thought we did really well to shut Liverpool out, which was really good.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk to you now about how we got that first goal with Jadon Sancho. Do you remember how it came about? We're literally just pressing from the front. We weren't letting Liverpool suffer. We were making Liverpool suffer. We weren't letting them suffer. Aggressive
pressing. But again, there's another player who I don't like to admit. I don't like that he's, kind of on the bench because of who he is. But the system just works a lot better without him in the team. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah. I mean, when he came on, he wasn't pressing as vigorously as Rashford. He wasn't pressing as vigorously as Sancho, even in Elanga. Elanga missed out.
Elanga was quite good in the first half.
You know, Alexander-Arnold gets hate all the time. When you're getting dominated by Anthony Elanga in that first half, you're not great defensively. Anthony Elanga is not one of the better full wingers that you've seen.
I think Rashford had him on toast as well in the second half.
Yeah. Alexander-Arnold needs to figure out how he's going to defend and how he's going to get into literally greatness in terms of being a defensive right back. Because if you want to be an attacking right back, fair enough, it will work in 70% of your games. But I mean, it's Anthony Elanga, man. No disrespect. It wasn't someone world class. It wasn't Vinicius Jr. It was someone who literally just took him on creatively. I think he was the one that passed the ball into the path of Sancho. It was rather him or it was Malacia. So
yeah, it was Elanga.
It was Elanga, wasn't it? Elanga assist, which is really good. But yeah, the quick play that we had was fantastic. And I need to talk to you about Virgil van Dijk. How is Virgil van Dijk standing there with his arms behind his back like he's in prison? I'm like, for goodness sake, man.
You saw the reaction from Milner afterwards.
Yeah.
He just gave him a complete rollicking.
He had all the time in the world and he just sat down James Milner and Virgil van Dijk was like, I don't need that embarrassment. Let me just sit here and blame it on James Milner. First goal of the season from Man United was from Jadon Sancho. What a composed finish it was as well. Another guy who's composed today. He just set that whole back line to the shops as well. So it was fantastic to see how really well done Jadon Sancho did today. And even with his pressing, working well in the system. Andrew Robertson couldn't get far with that, so I was really happy to see how well Jadon Sancho did. But let's move on to Christian Eriksen, Scott McTominay, and Marcus Rashford, because I mean, these guys, man, I really like to see Christian Eriksen play like he did previously, which is really good. But I thought Scott McTominay put in a good shift. He was there for every second ball. He was there.
But there's still some aspects to his game where he, you think that, nah.
Yeah, there's still but he turned up today. He turned up today.
He did.
I'm going to give him credit for today because that's all we can kind of give him at the end of the day. Credit for where credit's due.
Situations where he can, instead of running with the ball or holding the ball, he has to release it quicker.
You're looking at him, and then you're looking. I liked his pass through to Bruno Fernandes. When you're looking at Scott McTominay working through the lines, and he passed it through to Bruno Fernandes, who sets it up for Elanga, who then hit the post as well. I thought that was a top quality pass, and it shows what Erik ten Hag wants to do: get your head up straight away, be pushing forward straight away as well. And I thought it was fantastic to really see how it does. And I think, to be fair with you as well, even though we weren't really praising Scott McTominay this week as well, we don't particularly like him as well. Even Erik ten Hag praised him in the press conference just now. He said he had such a great game. He had a really good game as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say he didn't. He did. He was class in the midfield today.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's fantastic to see how the midfield played, and Christian Eriksen as well, just composure on the ball. This is why you don't always have to play it short. But yeah, more Scott McTominay facts: 100% long ball accuracy, 1 interception, 100% successful dribbles, 3 tackles won, and 5 ground duels as well, which is absolutely crazy. But realistically speaking, now we have to get on to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is the guy. We go through to the second half when Martial comes on for Elanga. You're looking at that pass from Bruno to Martial. You're looking at how Rashford's through on goal. I thought at the time it was VAR offside. I thought that's how it was going to go. But
yeah, I thought it was offside as well. But
yeah, when Gary Neville said it was offside, and then it just went to green on the line, you're saying onside. I was like, wow, thank goodness for that. Absolutely, thank goodness for that as well. But what do you think this is going to do for Marcus Rashford's confidence throughout the season so far? Do you reckon he can get back into that England squad, Marcus Rashford?
He turned up today. I think he needs to carry on where he left off today in the next few games.
Yeah, definitely.
I also think that, again, I'm not trying to slate him, but I also think that having the presence of Ronaldo not on the pitch helps the players.
It definitely did, because you're kind of looking at all of them working together in sync. They're all pressing together from the front. They're all going on their pressing triggers, which worked really well for them. But when Ronaldo came on, it was like Van der Beek was trying to overcompensate for Ronaldo not pressing. It was looking like Bruno to do the same thing as well. So crazy to really see how it kind of did it as well.
I'm not kind of really sure how he fits into Erik ten Hag's system.
Maybe Ronaldo just has to stay on the bench. Maybe this is the way Man United move forward. Maybe this is how
an impact sub, or maybe he's gone in 2 weeks.
Yeah, maybe he does find a new team, and maybe we do find another striker to go through as well. But I was just shocked with how Man United played today as well. I'm saying it again and again and again because we haven't really beaten Liverpool. I know we beat them in the FA Cup a couple seasons ago, but we haven't beaten Liverpool at all.
It's aside from the fact that beating Liverpool, it's the way that they played today.
It wasn't a jammy win. That's all I'm saying as well. It definitely wasn't a jammy win. We turned up today. Man United shot everyone. They shot me. They shot everyone inside the ground as well. And whoever went to the game must have had the time of their life watching it as well. Because I'm looking at it thinking, where can Man United go from here? Can we actually push on? Can we actually stay consistent? Because as you know,
shout out to the Glazer protest though.
Shout out to the Glazer protest. We need more Glazer protests every other game. Get them to sign more players as well. But as you know, and as I know, when we get these big wins, these big victories against big rivals, it doesn't continue. It doesn't translate for the next couple of games as well. There's always faltering signs. There's always injuries that happen here, there, and everywhere. But is this a sign of things to come? Do you reckon we can still challenge for a top 4 position this season? Do you reckon there's still ways to go?
We have to take it little by little, game by game. We need to see even there was moments where it was a bit nervy today, where you thought, just hold on to the ball, don't give it back. I think there's areas they need to improve on.
What's the first thing that you need to improve from Man United from yourself? Because we've got Casemiro in. But who
being
would you
more, I think keeping the ball more.
Having better possession.
Yeah, keeping the ball much better, not just
yeeting it down the line.
Letting the other position have it and counter-attacking. Because against smaller teams, that's where it catches them out.
It's true. It really is, because that's how people can counter on us as well. And that's how people can actually look at seeing how you can break this Man United side down as we're looking at it as well. But it has to be one of the best defensive performances from all the back four that I've seen for a while.
Oh, yeah.
It has to be somewhere where you're going to have to fit Christian Eriksen, probably with Casemiro, who can hold the ball a lot better than Scott McTominay as well. But it's going to be good to see how we're actually improving, because when you saw what I really liked today from Man United is how we actually got stuck into that midfield, because we played against the most Brexit midfield I've ever seen. Jordan Henderson, James Milner, and Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott for me is like Charles Nzogbia regen. He's literally like a regeneration of Charles Nzogbia, and James Milner is past it for top tier football. I think he has to go to somewhere lower in the Premier League, or he has to go to the Championship or MLS, because he got
catching up with him.
Age is catching up with him. He's outdated today in the way that he was playing, and even though he was the one shouting at Virgil van Dijk for being crap, like he was, I don't think he should have been I don't think Henderson was to blame in terms of being the one to be sub straight away. Henderson and Fabinho should have stayed on as well. They definitely missed Thiago, and I said previously as well that Liverpool need another one, maybe even two midfielders in that midfield. Going for someone like Tielemans would have been ideal. I know they wanted Jude Bellingham, and I said this last week on our podcast as well, that this is the kind of player that they really needed. But how do you see Liverpool kind of moving forward from this? Because I've said it before, Sadio Mane's departure isn't just, you lost the left wing, you've lost a really good goal scorer.
As I said, earlier on, he was kind of the glue for that Liverpool team.
Yeah.
The press from the front came from Sadio Mane.
Yeah.
It was relentless. And that's how the midfield set the trap and the defence set the trap. You lose Sadio Mane, as you saw today, it's not the same.
Yeah, they were out fought from the front. Like, literally, Firmino doesn't have the legs in him anymore to be pressing as much as he used to. Diaz just didn't do it, because Diaz had a blinder last week against Crystal Palace as well. And it's quite sad to see from a Liverpool point of view, not for us because I love it, but that Sadio Mane has left and they haven't fully replaced him. And I said this before, people are like, oh yeah, you don't need to replace him, you've got Luis Diaz, but it's the work rate, it's the attention to detail that Sadio Mane has as a footballer, but they never gave him the credit for it. And you can really see that one in today's game. There was not much pressing going from Liverpool. They were being outfought in the middle of the park, and they were being fought from the defensive point of view as well. And that's what ended Liverpool's 21 game unbeaten streak in the Premier League, because Man United outfought them today as well. And I thought we dominated them. We may not have beat them in possession, but we dominated them in every other aspect of the pitch. That's how I see it personally.
Their midfield's going to cost them. I think Thiago's too much of an injury risk.
Mm-hmm.
Naby Keita's not just what they expected him to be.
Yeah. Naby Keita's always injury prone as well. So that's literally one of those things that you're seeing.
If they don't sign a midfielder, I think it's going to cost them.
Yeah. And you were the one that was saying as well last week that it could cost them in terms of their top four, not even just their title ones, but in their top four, which is really sad.
Because they don't have really anyone in there. Well, they're all kind of defensive midfielders and workhorses.
They're all just workhorses, that's the thing. But when you're talking about someone who, Thiago, who can hold the ball, who can actually run forward with the ball as well, and he can dictate play. They never had that today. They just had workhorses. And like I said, with Harvey Elliott, is a decent prospect, but he's nothing special. He's not someone. I thought Carvalho, who came on, was a much better prospect than Harvey Elliott. He was the one actually driving forward, trying to penetrate this defense, and it's just something that you wanted to see a bit more of, because Mohamed Salah's getting frustrated. He's not getting the service he deserved from a Liverpool point of view, which is really sad to see.
He's a bit of a B-Tech Henderson, Elliott is.
Harvey Elliott, like I said, it's a Charles Nzogbia regen. That's what he is. So bad to see how Harvey Elliott's getting all that overhyped for being the player that he is. Not a great player at all. But no, I just wanted to talk to you about David De Gea now as well. Those saves at the end, those literally last-minute crucial saves. Even though we've been talking about his distribution and how he is playing out from the back, but how good was that save when he just saved it last minute? It wasn't last minute, but you know what I mean.
I think it kind of helps to settle the nerves, our goalkeeper being shot to pieces after 2 weeks that he's had. It helps confidence come back. You know, that he's made crucial saves to help the team win.
Yeah, it's true. It's so true. And it's going to do him the world of good as well, because there were talks of us signing a new keeper as well. And if we sign a new keeper, new backup keeper to challenge him. And even on commentary, they're talking about, it was right to get rid of Dean Henderson on loan. But if it's just something that David De Gea needs to work on, it's something that he needs to work on as well. But it's all good. It's all kind of good at the moment. But what was your favourite moment of that match? Because even though Jadon Sancho scoring for Man United was great to see him score at Old Trafford, I thought that Marcus Rashford goal was just my favourite. Rashford goal, one-on-one with Alisson, just settling the nerves down. I thought it was absolutely incredible. And I'm really happy that he's got his goal and really happy that it's going forward as well. But for me personally, it's a long road for Manchester United. It's going to be long to see how we do this season, but we did turn up properly. We actually played really, really good. And it's just what we've been talking about, doing the basics right, doing the pressing right, doing the right amount of running properly as well, not making sure that you're not leaving anyone unmarked. And that's how we've lost games in the past, and that's how we've lost games this season. But it's just really nice to see how we did. And again,
it's a building block. That's what it is.
It's another building process for Man United, but it looks like Ten Hag is getting the players that he wants. Like he said earlier in the summer, we don't want any player, we want the right player.
Yeah. Like being linked with Arnautovic and Rabiot. Yeah. And then upgrading massively to Casemiro. It's like
shout out Rabiot's mum for cancelling the deal, for wanting more money. Richard Murtaugh was literally just like, if we're going to pay that money, may as well get the best in the position. But it's still so funny watching Jadon Sancho just sit down James Milner and sit down Alisson, and Virgil van Dijk's just there with his arms behind his back. Maybe that's who people think is the best defender in the world, but how?
I have no idea how they think Virgil van Dijk is the best defender. People argue that he's the best defender in history.
Yeah, in modern times, no chance. No chance.
He did it for 1 season or 2 seasons. That doesn't make you the best.
Embarrassing. Jurgen Klopp should feel ashamed of his team. I genuinely think Jurgen Klopp is so much better than this Liverpool team deserve, because that's not a Jurgen Klopp team. That is just faltering. Maybe age is getting to them a lot. Henderson's aging, Milner's aging, Robertson's aging as well. Firmino's
maybe
aging.
The cycle's over.
Maybe leaving Mane leaving was probably the first kind of piece crumbling from the Liverpool dynasty.
Maybe the cycle of that team is done.
Because I'm looking back at the goal now as it is, and you're just seeing none of them like follow their runners. You're looking at all of them just kind of standing around like statues, and Sancho just playing FIFA Street, literally just playing FIFA Street.
Yeah.
He just bullied them as well, which is fantastic. And even Jamie Carragher saying it on commentary as well. Like literally, he was just shocked that this was Liverpool against Man United and just didn't want to turn up, which was great. But no, we move on to Southampton, I think, on the weekend as well. And I don't want it to seem like an overreaction, but ever since I've started this podcast, Man United have never beaten Liverpool. So I needed to do something specific for a Liverpool game, which is really good. But no, thanks for coming onto the podcast for this live YouTube.
Shout out Ronaldo for blanking Jamie Carragher on live on TV as well.
That was so funny. Just they're like, yep, Gary, what's up? No, Jamie. Yes, Roy Keane, what's up? And just walks away. So nice to see. But honestly, it's just good to see Rashford back in the goals, Sancho back in the goals, and even Martial with that cameo performance. I thought it was great. Literally just conducting the attack really well. And I thought he could have just shipped Alisson maybe instead of trying to pass it to Donny van der Beek, and that was kind of it. But it's going to be good to see how we do.
Even though we won today, I still hope they go for the targets that he wants.
Yeah. I don't want it to then just brush over the cracks like it does every season. Man United still better be putting their hand in their pocket for some of these new players. Anthony was watching today as well. Imagine Anthony in his team as well, with him cutting in with his shots as well, with his passes. It's great to see how he really is. But no, final word on it. I think Jadon Sancho, honestly, hopefully just cracks on from here. I really wanted him to do really well. I really wanted Rashford too. And Christian Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes we've not mentioned as well. He had the game of his life today. Bruno Fernandes did.
He was good.
No, it's just about he put a proper captain performance.
There was some things that he did which made you just want to grab him and throttle him.
Why are you diving? Why are you holding on to the ball like that against Mohamed Salah? Just give the ball back. They're going to put it on the centre circle anyway. He has stupid things in his game, Bruno Fernandes. I don't get why he dives. It's quite silly. But
sorry, I had a moth attacking me.
Was it a Liverpool moth? A Scouse moth? Nah, that's all good. That's all good. I don't know why Stormzy's on Sky Sports News now, but it's all a bit mad. But yeah, it is what it is. But on that note, we'll end the YouTube live there. Thanks for everyone who's watched today, because it's been great, and hopefully we'll do more of these post-match reactions when Man United play against some of these good teams as well. So hopefully we'll win more games. But yeah, take care, everyone. Take care, Adam, and we'll see you later.